Hey everybody, it's Greg. Another episode of Unbreakable Spirits. It's Wednesday, July 26th. First of all, don't worry about the shirt. It is an elephant. It's a symbol of the athletics, the A's. Focus on the hat instead. Go Eagles, go Birds. Um, actually, the Athletics were a Philadelphia team at one time. Um, Philadelphia A's. And when I was a social worker in a nursing home, two nursing homes actually, a lot of my residents, older residents, they remembered the A's and they talked very fondly about the A's. And it used to make them really happy to talk about the A's. I was always interested in baseball, and the A's were a little bit before my time, so it was kind of cool to hear stories about Jimmy Fox and Connie Mack and the rest of the A's, what it was like back in the day in those ballparks, and uh, it's kind of cool. So we have even now we have a pretty good following for the A's here in Philadelphia. Uh, the A's are in Oakland right now, but it sounds like they may be going to Las Vegas. I hope not. I hope they stay in Oakland. That's where they belong. So today's a special day. Uh, it is July 26th, and it is 33 years to the day that the Americans with Disability Act was passed. Um, Changed my life. I know it changed the lives of many, many people with disabilities out there. Um, in a lot of ways, it gave us a fair shake when it came to employment. There were regulations about buildings and how they needed to be built. Uh, for me, I think the biggest difference was in accessibility. I mean, after the ADA, we had more ramps, we had more cut curbs. It was just easier to get around. The quality of life was better. Um, Before 1990, it was just a whole different world. You know, it felt like, at least I did, felt like I was trapped on my own block. And the world was pretty much inaccessible to a guy like me. But now it's not. We're able to get around a lot more freely, independently, go to school, work. It's all because of the brave people who not only were activists back in the day, who went to Washington, D.C. and lobbied for changes to be made, but for those lawmakers who were brave enough to pass the law. Um, So, the Americans with Disability Act, 33 years ago today, celebrate whether you have a disability or not, because it certainly helped everyone to be on more equal terms. As I've said before, disability is the biggest minority in the world. Either we all have some sort of a disability, or we know someone who has a disability. So it is Disability Pride Month, and it's kind of cool that today is the ADA's birthday. So happy birthday, ADA! Now, some of our usual goofy news items of the day. Did you hear about this? About the thing now, the trend, I guess you could call it, is gift shops in prisons. I joke you not. Um, Apparently, this is the end thing now. There are numerous prisons in our country that have gift shops, and it just doesn't seem right, though, does it? The words gift shop and prison, they don't seem to go together. I don't know, but apparently, a lot of the gift shops, the items that they sell have been made by buddy inmates, which is kind of cool, you know. But I just don't, I just can't imagine that. Can you imagine two people talking and one says, gee, I got to go back to Sing Sing next week. There was this beautiful purse I saw in their gift shop. I just gotta get it. And on the little tag on the purse, it said, made with loving care by Bubba. Anyway, it doesn't seem right, but hey, it is what it is. Another thing in the news is, did you hear about this giant peanut down outside of Ashburn, Georgia? Well, apparently they had this peanut uh, that has been a monument, a local tourist attraction since 1975. Of course, back then, Jimmy Carter, God bless him, was our president. And we know Jimmy Carter was a peanut grower at one time, peanut farmer. And Georgia is quite proud of their status as being one of the leading peanut growing states in the United States. So they had this giant peanut, didn't have a name. Wasn't named Mr. Peanut or Planters. It was just a peanut. It's on I-75 down there. Well, what happened was, excuse me, in 2018, Hurricane Michael came through and blew the peanut down. It's not funny, but I guess it is. The peanut back then was made of fiberglass. They raised a lot of money, like $8,000, to put the peanut back up again. And now the peanut is made of sheet metal. So, if anything comes through, excuse me, bad weather again, the peanut's not going to fall over. So this is a big thing down there, this goober that's just sitting in a field there. It's a big thing. People stop. They want people to stop and take pictures, because if they stop and look at the peanut, maybe they'll buy something, in town. So it's a big tourist attraction. And like I said, it's a monument for the peanut. I like peanut butter. I do. I love peanut butter. I'm not too crazy about peanuts themselves. Not any kind of nut. I'm not too crazy about nuts in general. Did you ever see that movie Best in Show with the dogs? It's hilarious. It's one of the funniest movies ever. And in the outtakes, parts they didn't put in the movie, this one character, he's from the South. He owns a beagle, who's his entry into the dog show. In the outtake, he's riding in his truck along a country road, and he starts naming nuts for whatever reason. Something he used to love to do when he was a child. He would just sit in a room and name nuts. And walnut, cashew, beech nut, pea nut. And so that reminded me, when I heard about this story, it reminded me of this guy, Christopher, not Christopher Short, whatever. They make these great mockumentaries that, like Best in Show. And these are the guys who did This is Spinal Tap. Another great movie, Spinal Tap. And the final thing I want to talk about today is, somehow we missed this. This went by us around the 4th of July. You know that on the 4th of July, they have the Nathan's hot dog eating contest in Cody Island, where these guys and girls just stuff hot dogs into their mouth. The average is maybe in 10 minutes. Joey Chestnut, who is the reigning champion, the reigning leader eater, so to speak. I like almost 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, he's stuffing another liter into his. Anyway, in Florida, they have something equal around the 4th of July. It's called the Key Lime Pie World Championship Eating Contest. And this you know what key lime pie is, right? I'm not crazy about it. It's a little too tart for me. But key lime pie is really a big staple around the Keys. It was originated around in the Keys, and it's made out of condensed milk, egg yolks, lime juice, graham cracker crust, and whipped cream or meringue on top. And they're celebrating down there their 200th anniversary of the county, Monroe County down. And since 2006, key lime pie has become the Florida's official pie. And so they had 25 contestants in this year's contest. And the winner came all the way from Iowa. And they come from all over for this thing. His name was Joshua Vogel. He's 38 years old. And he, in a 9-inch pie, 9-inch in diameter, it took him 3 minutes and 35 seconds to eat this pie. And from what I saw a picture of it, this guy, he has long, stringy hair down to his shoulders. And all that they do is just they dunk their head into the pie and start eating away. And that's it. Their face is in there with the gooey, sticky mess, with the whipped cream and the meringue all around. And it looks disgusting, but it must taste really well. So this guy ate the pie in less time, the whole pie, than anybody else did. And they asked him, the post pie wrap up. They had a reporter there, believe it or not, saying, "What was your strategy for eating the pie?" And he said, "My strategy was eat, and always have pie in my mouth." I think that's a winning strategy. I mean, what else can you do when your face is buried in the pie? You just keep chomping away there until they tell you to stop. But anyway, and to celebrate, the people down there made a giant pie, 13 feet in diameter, one of the largest key lime pies ever made. So I guess there's worse ways to celebrate the 4th of July than eating key lime pie. I don't know. Anyway. Well, as you can hear, my house is still, my kitchen specifically, not the whole house, is still under renovations. I think they're going to be here another 2 weeks or so, but it's really shaping up. I'll have to take a picture. The cabinet, you hear that? Sounds like a dentist office. Cabinets are in. It's starting to look good. It's starting to look like a kitchen again. Meanwhile, we're having our meals in the little side room, the office, which we've started calling the Cafe La Schmitte. That's our little cafe where we have our meals. And so it's going okay. It's going good. So I'll keep you up to date on the renovations. I know you really wanted to. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in today. And please hit the subscribe button or the like button or whatever buttons are there that are good. Don't hit the bad buttons, just hit the good buttons. And that'll help us a lot. And tell your friends to watch every day. And who knows what we're going to talk about tomorrow, right? I mean, that's the fun of it, to help everybody smile, forget their problems for 10, 15 minutes a day, and just tune in to me and just to have fun or not. Uh, Everybody out there have a great, happy ADA birthday day and a great hump day. And try to stay cool. I know it's really hot around the country. Here in Pennsylvania, we are going to get a break starting on Sunday. It's looking at a very beautiful week next week. Highs in the low 80s, back in the 60s at night. Ooh, it's going to be great. I can open up my windows and I can't wait. But for now, we're burning. We're burning in hell here. So uh, you guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care for now. Bye bye.